Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Dr. T, and I'm here with Jeff from CrossFit Orange County.
Morning.
So Jeff is one of our nation's heroes too. He's a firefighter at the local Orange County Fire Department, and we are very honored to be part of his community. So Jeff and I are having this awesome conversation about Ready to Run. So I've been reading Dr. Starrett's book on Ready to Run, and look at our awesome feet here. So Jeff here has been explaining to me arches. His arches fall in. He wears orthotics when he runs. If you look at my lovely feet, size 12, thank you very much. I've got some nice little bunions going on here that I've had probably since I was born, I believe. Maybe high school is when I start remembering these things. So we both kind of have that flat foot thing going on and arches falling in, if we let that happen. But here's the thing, you guys. In the book Ready to Run, and in when Kelly talks about the principles of movement, there's 12 steps, and the first one is he talks about neutral feet. Okay, a lot of you physios and trainers want to help people immediately improve their running gait. Look at their foot position first, right? It's not just going straight to exercises or mobilizations, it's how are they standing? How are they walking throughout the day? So the first thing that I would say to Jeff and myself is, when we're standing around doing our job, how are we standing? Are we standing duck-footed? Are we standing internally rotated? Or are we standing neutral-footed? And that's what we want. We want toes straight forward, okay? Now, because both of us have that kind of flat foot action going on, we actually do know that you can rebuild the arches of your foot. Some researchers out of the biomechanics lab at Harvard, made the world aware that if you activate your feet 20%, just lift those arches, kind of roll those tibias out 20%, you can rebuild those arches. So it's actually very hard for me now to stand like this. I feel the pulling on my plantar fascia immediately. So just standing here, gently activating the bottom of my feet, Jeff also, without crunching my toes, I can rebuild the arches. Now here's the thing. When you run, you have this, you start to pull. When you run, you basically get dorsiflexion of the foot. When you take heel strike to loading response, you start to get dorsiflexion of the foot. And if you don't have adequate heel cord length or anterior hip length, it's going to create a problem on the bottom of the foot. So I'm going to show you a couple techniques that are simple and you don't need any equipment. I was telling my husband earlier, and Jeff, hopefully I never go to prison, but if I did, I'd have a really mobile body, because you can use your body to mobilize your body, bones. Those are great mobility tools. And a wall. So I'm never going to go to prison, even though I look like it right now.
Right, perfect.
So the first mobilization will be the couch stretch. So Jeff, I'm going to kind of walk you through the couch stretch. So he's going to get his knee close to the wall, toe up the wall, other leg forward, and he's going to start in this low lunge position. Okay, so he's getting kind of the one joint hip flexor first. Then he's going to go ahead after a couple minutes and sit up. So bring his body up. And he wants to make sure his pelvis is kind of rotated posteriorly. So he's getting a nice stretch, not only through front of the hip, but also quad.
Quad, huge.
Yes. So, again, we're talking about the foot, but when we think about running and preparing ourselves to run, we've got this concept called regional interdependency. We have to look at other areas. So calf, hip. Okay, so this is the first move you guys are going to do to help fix your feet. Okay, so go ahead and come out of that slowly. The next one is called the bone saw. We're going to go after the calf muscle. So the bone saw, he's going to go ahead and put his tibia right on top of the heel cord there and go ahead and sit back. So that tibia bone is actually going to be smashing into his calf muscle. And he can work his way, he can come up and out of that, kind of oscillate up and back, because it is pretty tender, right? Get some gnarly bits in there.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so he can spend, again, if he was in prison all day long doing this, or if he has a couple minutes here and there, he doesn't need balls and bands. He can do this on his own. Thank you, Jeff. So with that, you guys, what I was saying about Jeff's feet too with orthotics, those are kind of Band-Aids. Some of you do need orthotics because you have such broken feet that you need the support. But you guys try just thinking about, for Jeff and I, even right there, toes forward, we've got to think of the neutral stance. How are we standing all day? What are we doing the 23 hours a day outside of the gym? Okay, and lastly, for all you Californians that wear flip-flops all day long, how many people in your gym wear flip-flops?
Everybody.
Yeah. Okay, that's gonna hopefully stop here. You know, it's winter time. Hopefully people aren't wearing it now, and it is getting cold here in San Diego. But flip-flops are a no-go, you guys. When you wear flip-flops, that even makes heel cord anterior hip worse. So if you think about a flip-flop, you know, there's only one band going through your big toe, between your big toe and second toe. When you take a step, your toes crunch to hold on to that flip-flop. And the bottom of your heel, so the bottom of your foot, plantar fascia gets really stiff over time. So it's really not that sexy. And also high heels aren't really that sexy. So think about eliminating shoes, orthotics, things that are Band-Aids for your feet and that create stiffness for your feet. Make your feet work a little bit. And try thinking about if you've got, you want to fix your feet for running, jumping, crossfitting, life, then fix the other joints above it, tissues above it too. Okay? Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
And we will see you next week.